The conclusion of the 4-in-1 camp for team leaders inspired many to spread Dharma Master Cheng Yen's teachings. Tzu Chi volunteers in Liaoning, China, clean the home of a family who has been battling multiple physical illnesses. I'm Sean Scanlan. This is DaAi Headlines. Thank you for joining us. The third session of the 2019 4-in-1 Camp for Team Leaders came to an end. The Tzu Chi volunteer from Malaysia could not speak Chinese at the beginning, but now understands it much better and is able to spread Dharma Master Cheng Yen's teachings. The Master encouraged her to bring blessings back to Malaysia and to spread Tzu Chi's missions there.
The grandma does odd jobs to earn little money, but she would donate some of her money too.
She is Malaysian Tzu Chi volunteers Kokyok Moy. She had gone to Myanmar for distributions. She said she was once a very severe executive, but she changed because of Tzu Chi. She heard the Master's teachings in 2015, and since then she has been attending the Master's morning talks without missing one.
When the Master talked, my ears would absorb it. I didn't understand it, but I did absorb it and like it. And I did even find CDs in Chinese and listen to them every day.
Malaysian Tzu Chi volunteer Scanlan also did not understand Chinese at the beginning, but now she can say she understands it. She joined Tzu Chi in 1999 when the September 21st earthquake happened in Taiwan.
The quake woke me up, so I haven't been listening to Master Cheng Yen's words and going amongst the people. Whatever I come across, I always see it as a good affinity.
U.S. Tzu Chi volunteer Zhang Xiuzhen cherished the moment when she went to the Jinsi Abode 25 years ago and met the Master.
Being able to see the Master in person and to be close to her is different from seeing her on the air or on TV programs. It was really joyful when I was in the same room with the Master.
一个人的力量很有限，不只是有限，一个人无法呢成就天下事。有想法，需要有人有做法。
The third session of the Tzu Chi 4-in-1 Camp for Team Leaders has come to an end this morning. The Master hopes everyone can bring home blessings and to spread Tzu Chi in their countries.
There are many touching scenes at the 4-in-1 Camp for Team Leaders. Thanks to documenting volunteers who are able to capture these images, we are now able to share them with you. Let's take a look at some of the heroes working behind the scenes.
The 2019 Tzu Chi 4-in-1 Camp for Team Leaders has concluded at the Taichung Jinsi Hall. These heartwarming, touching scenes were captured by documenting volunteers.
I don't ask them standardized questions. I always chit-chat with them and pick the main point from our conversation.
From lighting, videotaping, recording sounds to writing articles, every part is interconnected. The documenting volunteers are able to turn the event into a complete report.
We also need luck for coming across good news or good topics for reporting.
I'm grateful that I can form good affinities with everyone and also take up this kind of mission. And in the community, I can shoulder the function of a contact person.
I don't know when I will become immobile or when I can see the computer screen clearly, so while I can volunteer, I will do it.
When we work, we have a tight schedule, and the materials we want must be there as quickly as possible.
Even when they are injured or sick, they will come to do their work. This is the spirit of Tzu Chi documenting volunteers. They use cameras and pens to record every touching moment and to write the history of Tzu Chi.
3 Tzu Chi volunteers from the Philippines each lost their sons within 3 years. They relied upon mutual support of each other to get through these difficult times. The support of the larger Tzu Chi family also gave them encouragement, and pursuit of the Dharma allowed them to liberate themselves from the pain and eventually let go of their suffering. Philippine Tzu Chi volunteer Lilia talks about her son's difficult journey, how the family couldn't pay his medical expense after his passing.
The day my son passed away, there were volunteers working at the Marikina Educational Recycling Center. When they heard this, they immediately launched a fundraising campaign, and all local volunteers present at the scene made a contribution and raised a sum of money. This let me pay for medical expense.
Also attending was a volunteer in training, Emma, whose son suffered cerebral hemorrhage as a senior in university. Another volunteer, Salvation, saw her son suffer from a rare illness and died at the age of 27.
When Lydia and Emma's son passed away, I went to care for them. So when my son died, they also came to care for me. They are caring like this and show their love for me.
3 Philippine volunteers lost their beloved sons and turned to each other for support.
好在有慈济菩萨大家庭，人人来陪伴，把自己呢投入在慈济里，不怨天不尤人，总是呢事情一发生了，要放下了，自己解脱了，这就是学佛。 当下解脱。
Dharma Master Cheng Yen spoke to 107 Philippine volunteers. Volunteers expressed their desire to perform the Water Repentance Sutra next year, as the Master had this suggestion.
净化人心，万人涌现，深入经藏，请上人祝福。
把这一份的慈济的精神带到演艺的舞台。 还要带到平常生活的世界，了解吗？了解。
Master Cheng Yen encouraged everyone to work with one heart and pursue the Bodhisattva path to help move their communities forward. At what age can children start to take care of themselves, or even other children? The Great Love Daycare Center in Singapore asked its students to serve tea to their parents and to wash their parents' feet. Many parents reflected that they never thought about this before and were deeply touched.
These children hold buckets of water with their small hands and carefully walk towards their parents to wash their feet and to wash away their fatigue.
Except for him, nobody would wash our feet. I can look back the time when he was born. He was so small, and I had to change his diapers. However, he's bigger now, and he can wash my feet, so I can't express that touching feeling.
The children of Great Love Daycare Center serve tea to thank their parents for raising them.
I don't want him to do a lot of things at home, such as kneeling down and washing my feet, or getting a cup of water for me, because I worry that he'll tip the water over. I don't dare to let him do these things at home, but he is capable of doing them here, so he can experience how to do them. For that, I should get my courage and let him do it.
To me, his scholarship achievements aren't important. The most important thing is his character, because I feel if a person grows up the right way, anything he does will be right, no matter what kind of achievement he has.
While he was copying Jingzi aphorisms, he might not know what they meant or how to use them. But later, he would say some of these aphorisms. One was about nodding or lowering head, not to use fists. If he can avoid fighting, avoid it. He should learn good behavior.
Learning to be grateful to other people is a lifetime present for children.
In Liaoning, China, Tzu Chi volunteers went to clean the home of a care recipient who suffers from rheumatia. His father is also epileptic, as their care was too much for their mother to handle alone. Now that Tzu Chi has been looking after the family for about a year, their health and their mood has taken a turn for the better. 13 Tzu Chi volunteers come together to clean the home of care recipient Lin Xiaohu.
Each volunteer is very caring with each item of work. They are giving their best to this job.
This household is totally dependent upon Mrs. Lin to take care of household affairs. Lin Xiaohu is vision impaired and suffers from uremia, and the husband has epilepsy and can't care for himself.
I have to really thank the Tzu Chi Foundation. These Tzu Chi brothers and sisters have really helped us. They have helped improve our living environment and help us clean up. This home is much better now and I'm in a better mood.
You have brought us happiness and good fortune as well as health. Thank you so much.
感恩，感恩，感恩，感恩，好，感恩。你看我的妈妈还有爸爸。
Seeing Mr. and Mrs. Lin is a better mood makes me quite happy. I don't have to worry anymore. Before, I worried that he was really depressed, but now he's better now, which is really exciting.
让人就是心花怒放。
To help him battle his uremia, he needs to go outside and sweat as Tzu Chi volunteers come each week to help walk this vision-impaired care recipient.
Tzu Chi is like a big family, and they use this power to transform others and inspire them to join a group and help do things together.
With more optimism and hope, the Lin's family has been given a new lease on life. A father and son in Shenyang, China are suffering from poor health, as the father has terminal liver cancer. The son has epilepsy, as well as mental disabilities. Since mid-May, Tzu Chi volunteers care for and visit them each week. Recently, they sent a TV set, a washing machine, and a hot water heater to improve their quality of life.
There are only 2 men living in this home, and it is disorderly as the bedding has not been changed and items have not been put away.
The owner of this home is Mao Deguo, who is 54 years old. He is very sick in that stage, liver cancer. As for his son Mao Baoyu, he had epilepsy at the age of 10 and then stayed at home for another 10 years. But at the age of 20, he wanted to stay in the hospital, but was discharged last October because of the inability to pay for the medical expense.
The woman in this family left 4 years ago because of the desperate state of her husband and son. Tzu Chi volunteers began filling in this gap starting from last month, every week visiting them.
以前他们慈济们来的时候，都没生活下的。
Before Tzu Chi volunteers came, I had no courage to live. This time, I have confidence in life. And since then, I would like to thank Tzu Chi and also join Tzu Chi.
Although the time volunteers have been with Mao and son is not long, they show great affinity, have brought a TV set, washing machines, and water heater, becoming attached to his father and son and sharing the love.
The toilet has to be scrubbed each time that you use it. When you finish, give it a good scrub before leaving. So you need to clean the floor, the bedroom, and then fold your comforter like this. And please don't write and draw on the walls.
Although he lacked maternal love, Ma Baoyu found the warmth in the volunteers. Every time the volunteers leave, he feels sad.
Tzu Chi people do not lie when they speak. We keep our promise, and you have promised me before. Now he also knows to help others as he wants to save 5 cents a day. He said that he also wants to go to help people in need.
The love of volunteers warmed up this home and made the father and son who were suffering from illness smile once again.
1955 was the beginning of the long battle of the Vietnam War. And the spraying of Agent Orange in the country caused much lasting damage. Tzu Chi Vietnam Liaison Office visited Long An Province to host a free clinic in the area. And many medical departments, along with hundreds of volunteers, were on hand to help patients seek the treatment they need.
The Vietnam War has been over for 60-some years, yet the effects of the war can still be felt. Tzu Chi Vietnam Liaison Office held a medical-free clinic in the impoverished Mo Qua district.
It's a bit difficult to wash my face. My anemia and this tumor is related. When the tumor bleeds and sometimes I lose so much blood that I will need to go to the hospital for a transfusion.
I don't have family, no husband or children. I don't want to go to the senior home because I will miss my neighbors and friends. I have a good neighbor who cooks for me. I have many illnesses, too many to name, but this shaking is something I hope the doctors can cure me of.
It included vision, internal and dental departments, safeguarding the resident's life.
If you're hurting here, then you need to be careful. Medicine won't help. If you have to do an endoscopy exam, gastrointestinal problems can turn cancerous.
The local association of victims of Agent Orange asked Tzu Chi if they could provide wheelchairs and other vehicles to help these disabled residents.
This is the first time I've received a wheelchair. I'm so happy. It's so convenient for me. I can go on my own to buy groceries and sell lottery tickets. I used to have to ask someone else to take me.
I'm glad I can do something good to help the remote residents. This is probably what they mean by walking the Bodhisattva path.
The medical outreach also provided free haircuts. Senior Bui Van Trin cannot see, but uses his hands to feel his new hairstyle. Tzu Chi volunteers in Vietnam continue to provide assistance where needed.
Tzu Chi went to Raifang, New Taipei City to hold an annual large-scale free clinic. A team of more than 300 medical volunteers served 140 people. There are also 5 different routes for home visits to provide comprehensive medical care services. There is also a father and son team and a father and daughter pair helping those in need.
如果病人走不出来，我们就要走进去。
Bus carrying medical supplies and doctors arrived in Raifang Junior High School for a Tzu Chi free clinic. A 92-year-old lady is well-dressed and isn't just seeing the doctor, but all friends.
Everyone laughs and smiles as they are very kind. I'm really grateful as these doctors are very good.
Dentist Huang Yijing treats patients with great care, spending more than 15 minutes. She says she learned this from her father.
I do as much as I can. I treat them like my own relatives. Of course, I want to do my best for them.
I've been instilling this in her since she was young, that is seeing all of her blessings, and I hope she can share with these others. So when I can see her do this work, I'm very happy.
Guan Youyuan, who was admitted to Kaohsiung Medical College, also followed his father, who is a family practice doctor, attend the free clinic.
I hope that I can also maintain the spirit of patience. I want to treat them all as if they were my family members and give them the right amount of love and care.
For the folks who can't leave the house, the medical team divided into 5 different roads to make home visits.
When we saw him for the first time more than 2 years ago, he was very melancholy and even had suicidal thoughts. But now we go to see him. When I shake his hand, he just grabs it. He can already stand up and walk, and he's proud to show us this.
There are also patients which have been bedridden for a long time. In addition to assisting with changing dressing, Tzu Chi also reports relevant government units to improve the quality of home care. Medical Care has led volunteers to walk into the mountainous area of Raifang to spread love and care into this remote community.
Tzu Chi Bone Marrow Database allows recipients to be paired with caring donors. The program is also dependent upon the dedication and companionship of countless volunteers, from receiving donor information to follow-up visits blood work, health checks, and the final stage of donation, volunteers accompany donors the entire process.
This is our donor, a very caring donor. We are now going for the 4th dose of growth hormone today. After the shot today, we will go to Hualien to do the donation tomorrow.
Many are sick, and because of cancer, they die. In fact, many have no chance. They want to survive, and there's no way for them to live. We were lucky to find a match. If I undergo this hardship for a few days, someone has a chance to keep living. So this makes sense to me.
The purpose for me to hand this banner is to remind me to be compassionate. When someone comes to me, I can still introduce this, and I can always promote this cause at any time. When I hand this, I think that I can easily find successful donors.
As soon as Tzu Chi brothers and sisters do a marrow donation recruitment activity, I asked them about what they were promoting, and I learned that it was healthy, and then I became a donor. If I didn't donate bone marrow, I couldn't stop smoking and drinking, and it would be impossible for me to have a healthy body now. This enables me to do meaningful things. When I donated bone marrow at the time, they said it wouldn't hurt, but that was a lie. When I woke up and opened my eyes, the first thing I felt was how painful it was. A nurse gave me a pain relief shot. And then I saw Tzu Chi's sisters, and I told them I was hungry. I would like to have something small to eat. She immediately went to the basement and got a bowl of congee to feed me. And then they made a nutritious soup for me for 7 days in a row.
地下室去帮我买了一碗稀饭。师兄，我们现在去哪里
？Now we're going to pick up a donor and take them for post-op follow-up.
捐赠的术后追踪。
Because I underwent this journey, so I want to let other people know about my hardship and how I was able to continue with my health. I want to continue impacting people and inspire them to participate in this blood registration drive.
Doing this often leads me to cry. This is because, first of all, I encounter bone marrow recipients who are having difficulty. We want to be their savior, but there can be hardships. But we have to overcome these hardships to help these recipients. If we don't help, how can they survive?
A recycling station in Selangor, Malaysia has added a special display room to educate the public more about the important work of recycling. We will leave you with these images. Goodbye.